Welcome to Orange County Car Injury Clinics right here in Santa Ana, California. And let me share with you how we can help relieve your auto injury related pain, decrease any associated muscle spasms, and actually help you increase and help restore your range of motion. And of course, all that becomes really important so you can get back to activities of daily living that are important to you, whether it's working fully with no pain or restrictions, or being able to sleep with no pain or restrictions, bathing and showering with no pain or restrictions, even inside the house activities like cooking, cleaning, laundry, things like that, or even outside the house activities. So let me share with you how that works. Is what happens when we're injured. We go through 3 phases of healing, and there's the inflammation phase, there's the repair phase, and the remodel phase. And there's different therapies that need to be applied for each of the 3 different phases of healing to decrease the likelihood of you having a permanent injury to some degree the rest of your life. So the goal of the first phase that we do, and we do this with our medical team. We have a medical team with the chiropractor who focuses on the spine. We have pain management that helps with medications, analgesics, and things like that. We have a neurosurgeon that helps with any disc-related problems. We have neurologists that help with any nerve-related problems. We have a neuropsychologist if there's any concussion, and even orthopedic surgeon if we have any fracture issues, things like that. But that's our medical team that we use and when we evaluate our patients, if necessary. So if we have any of these different problems, we send them to the proper team member. And so how this works is your body heals in 3 phases. And so the goal initially is to use the right therapy to decrease your pain, inflammation, and muscle spasms as fast as possible. Now there's plenty of ways of doing that with our therapeutics, our physiological therapeutics, or supplements, medications. So we've got quite an array of different types of therapeutics to help that fast. Okay. Now that takes us to the second phase. The second phase of healing, the goal is to help to get where you can move fully. In other words, try to restore all your movement 100% with no pain or discomfort. Now that will take physical medicine. Medication won't do that. You actually have to have physical medicine that takes you through, there's actually 3 ranges of motion in all your joints, whether it's your neck or your back or your shoulder. So we have to do some physical medicine there, and that's typically where the chiropractor is really good, helping to restore your active, passive, and joint motion. So that helps a lot. That's when you can actually start moving a lot better with less pain or discomfort and more fully. Okay. And then the third phase of healing, that part of the process is real important to decrease the likelihood of a permanent injury or re-exacerbations, because the tissue that heals in there is only 70% as strong, and it's only 70% as mobile. So if it heals wrong, that's when it'll cause pain, stiffness, and restrictions. So that phase is really important for what's called active therapy. That's where we get in there and we help to increase the strength of that tissue. In other words, try to get it back to 100% as much as possible, because that'll decrease the likelihood of you having a permanent problem the rest of your life or re-exacerbations. And then also therapy that increases the elasticity, because remember that scar tissue can be stiff. It's only typically only 70% is elastic. That's if it heals wrong. So we want to make sure that we do some what's called active stretching to increase the elasticity of that tissue back to 100% or as much as possible. And it works real well. That combination of therapies, along with the combination of doctors as needed, the medical team works really well, not only to help get you feel better fast, get you moving fast, increase your range of motion, be able to get you back to work and movement with pain-free, but most importantly, it's necessary to decrease the likelihood of having a permanent injury to some degree. So that's what we do. Now, there's several parts. So there's the diagnostic part. So we're doctors who have had specialized training in the diagnostics of auto injuries. Number one, so we want to do what's called high sensitivity tests to make sure we know exactly what the problems are. And give you an example of some of the diagnostics. We'll not only do a private consultation, to see exactly how the accident happened. We'll check your all three ranges of motion to see which ones are restricted and how much, so we know exactly what therapy to use. We'll check your muscle strength just to see what muscle group is injured or painful, so we know exactly which muscles to treat. We'll check your nerves to see which nerves are causing pain or discomfort, so we know exactly which nerves to treat. We'll also check the joints, so that'll tell us exactly which joints to treat. So we do very specific tests to find all these specific problems. We'll do x-rays if necessary, not only stationary x-rays, but what is so important with these injuries are what are called motion x-rays. We actually move the spine and take a picture, because that tells us if the spine is moving normal or abnormal. And that's unbelievably important when it comes to car injuries. That test almost has to be done. And if necessary, we do send out for MRIs or NCVs or CAT scans if necessary. Usually those aren't necessary, but if necessary, we do the proper testing. And then, so that takes care of all the testing. And again, we have our medical team that actually supports whatever we need. So that's the diagnostics. Then I talked about the therapeutics, the 3 phases of healing, and how your body heals, and why it's so important to have each of the 3 phases of healing attended to separately. And then, so that's the diagnostics, therapeutics. The third category is the documentation. We want to make sure we document everything, because documentation tells us several things. Number one, it tells us what the diagnosis is. Tells us if you're getting better, if you're getting worse, if you're staying the same, when you get back to 100% normal, or it'll also tell us if you end up with a permanent injury to some degree the rest of your life. So measuring all these diagnostics are very important. And then the last phase with car injuries that are unfortunately part of car injuries is sometimes there's attorneys involved, sometimes cases go to court, so we want to make sure that we do a proper, what's called a narrative report. That's the single most important document if the case goes to court. We have doctors that have been trained how to testify and give depositions, or our doctors are also willing to go to court and testify in regards to your condition, your diagnostics, therapeutics, your response to treatment, all those things. A lot of doctors aren't willing to do that. They're not willing to go to court. But we do the diagnostics, we do the therapeutics, we do the documentation, we do the testimony if necessary, and we have our medical team, and we treat you through each of the 3 phases of healing to not only get you better and feeling better and pain-free as fast as possible, but just as important, to decrease the likelihood of you having a permanent injury to some degree the rest of your life. So give us a call. When it comes to the cost is covered 100% by the insurance company. We bill it for you. We do all the billing. We verify the insurance. We do all the billing, all that. That's how the cost works. If you have an attorney, we work with your attorney. If you don't have an attorney and you don't want one, that's fine. We give you the documentation necessary for you to submit it to your insurance company. If you want an attorney but you don't know which one to get, then we can refer you to several that we feel are very good, that we work with, that are good. And that's how that works. So we'll work with the attorney, we'll deal with cost. The last piece of the puzzle is we make it really easy for you to get in and out of our office quickly. When you call and schedule your appointment, we'll get you in that very day, if not the next day. Number 2 is when you do come in, you'll only be in the office about 20 or 30 minutes. So we're not going to keep you in our office for 2 or 3 hours. That's not you. In other words, you are not going to have to take off work to make an appointment and come into our office, because the other reason is we open as early as 9 in the morning and close as late as 6 in the afternoon. So there's really no reason for you to have to miss anything in your life when you schedule an appointment with us. And then the third category is when you do come in, we have what's called a 7-minute wait policy. In other words, you'll see the doctor within 7 minutes. And those are our office policies. So if you've been injured in an auto accident, you're having back pain, neck pain, headaches, dizziness, blurred vision, tingling or numbness in arms, hands, or legs. Those are some of the very common auto injury related symptoms. Give us a call. We have our medical team. We have therapeutics for all three phases of healing. We have highly sensitive diagnostics, and we have great documentation. And if necessary, we'll go to court and testify in regards to your case. And but that's how it all comes together. That's what we do at our Orange County Car Injury Clinics right here in Santa Ana. We put it all together for you. Give us a call at 949-207-7117. So that's 949-207-7117. We look forward to helping you today. Just pick up the phone, give us a call. We'll get you right in. We'll take care of you.